So we have a handful of questions. We won't go through all of them, just to get the ball rolling and get the juices flowing, and so that your thoughts about your own point of view or your patient's point of view kind of can come to the fore. So I'm actually going to pick up on something that Julie said about being the cancer girl or boy in the office. We get that question a lot, particularly for people who have finished treatment and come back to work, or worked through it but are done now, and so they're marked or they feel marked because of that. And the question that we often hear about, and maybe Jenny and Julie, you can sort of weigh in on this first, is how do I appreciate the concern and the interest that everyone is still showing in my well-being and health, assuming it was a supportive environment, which is the person who asked this question was having that experience, but also make sure that I'm still being seen for all the wonderful qualities about myself that were the person they hired to begin with, and can still be that person and want to be more than that person as I move up, maybe not up, maybe around, because now I fear the ladder and the pyramid, but to make sure that I am cultivating my career while taking care of my after effects and my health, but I'm not cancer girl or cancer boy. So I don't know if Jenny, you maybe want to start, or Julie.
Sure. One thing that, I don't know if this is not good. What do you got? Okay. One thing that Julie said earlier is thinking about what feels true for you and what you feel comfortable with. So one thing I would say is, I'm a big fan of, in improv, there's a technique called yes and, and that's that you build on the other previous things that were said, whether it's from someone else, that's how you kind of have a great improv show. So there can be a yes and or an and response. I feel great, and move on to the next topic and sort of shift a little bit. Or, I'm feeling okay, energy's kind of low, and yeah, I'm really excited about this training we have coming up, or like kind of adding to it so that you can tactfully shift the direction of the conversation. And I would also say, kind of like we talked about, which is like knowing who your people are. Don't be afraid to be genuine with those people. So if they're asking, it's because they care, and don't assume that they only think of you as the cancer person, but know that they're asking because they care, and if you are able to let them in, you may be really surprised by how much you're met back with support and compassion. And that won't be true for everyone, so use your discretion and use your gut, but those are the two things I would say.
The only thing I would add to that is that the honesty and authenticity are really positive qualities in both an employer and a person. So is it okay to say whatever feels comfortable to you with regard to your cancer experience? I'm feeling great, and I'm really happy to be back and looking forward to getting moving again. To say I'm wanting to get back into the groove. I'm wanting to start up again. To go ahead and voice that. To go ahead and put that out there and be honest with people. Or even to say I'm worried that people are going to be hesitant with how they treat me, but I'm ready to get going. It's okay to say that too. I'm concerned that people are going to kind of tenderfoot around me, and I don't want them to. Just put it out there.
Interestingly, when we got asked this question, we were in an event in Chicago, and one of the things we discovered was that the young woman always said fine, and fine isn't all that descriptive or clear, so she was going to try fabulous instead and see how that worked out for her. But I do think it's about a mind shift.
And fine and fabulous both have a strong period at the end of them, don't they? They invite nothing more. So it kind of says something to the person asking the question of like, okay, I won't ask you again, and I don't know how to approach you now. So what is a way that you can cultivate dialogue there, that you can answer the question so that somebody has a way of responding back to you? That's kind of what I was talking about when I said nonverbal, the nonverbal communication. The ways we talk to people with our tone or whatever can cultivate those relationships and work actually for us. So just being mindful of that, observing it a little bit.